Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we've got an exciting lineup featuring the best team props, total bets, and game props to keep you on the edge of your seat. Whether you're looking for expert insights or the hottest picks, we've got everything you need to make your wagers count. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your popcorn because tonight's matchup is less of a hockey game and more of a crime scene waiting to happen. The San Jose Sharks, fresh off their latest How Not to Play Defense seminar, are limping into Nashville to face the Predators, who've been quietly sharpening their claws. It's a battle of one team finding their stride versus another desperately trying to remember how to skate. Spoiler alert, things aren't looking good for San Jose. Let's dive into why this game might just be the Predators' playground and the Sharks' nightmare. Nashville Predators minus 1.5 goals. Oh, the Sharks? You mean the team that lets opponents score like it's a charity drive? Yeah, the Predators should have no problem winning by at least 2 goals. San Jose's defense is basically Swiss cheese, full of holes and completely unreliable. The only question here is whether Nashville feels generous enough to let them keep it close. Spoiler, probably not. Under 6 goals. Now, before you panic about a possible goal fest, let's remember who's playing. Nashville's offense is finally showing signs of life, but they're not exactly lighting the world on fire. Meanwhile, San Jose might need divine intervention just to hit the back of the net more than twice. 6 goals? Not likely, unless the Sharks forget how to skate and start shooting pucks into their own net. Nashville Predators over 3.5 team goals. Nashville scoring 4 goals? Against this defense, it's practically a layup. The Sharks are so good at letting people score, they should start charging admission for the privilege. Nashville's offense has been waking up lately, and this game looks like a perfect excuse for them to pad their stats. Just Saros might not even break a sweat in net. He could just kick back and enjoy the show. San Jose Sharks under 2.5 team goals. Without Tyler Toffoli, who's scoring for San Jose, a Zamboni driver, the Sharks' offense is about as threatening as a wet paper bag. Saros could probably play blindfolded and still keep them under 3 goals. If they manage to score twice, it'll probably feel like a moral victory for them. Just Saros over 30.5 saves. Here's the thing, the Sharks are terrible at defense, but they sure love to throw shots at the net like it's a carnival game. Too bad quantity doesn't equal quality. Saros will likely stop 31+ shots just because San Jose can't figure out how to aim. It's not about skill, it's about sheer volume, and the Sharks are experts at shooting for no reason. First period, Nashville Predators moneyline. San Jose might want to skip the first period entirely because Nashville is probably going to eat them alive. The Sharks' strategy seems to be hope for the best and pray nobody notices we're here. By the time the second period starts, they'll likely already be staring at a deficit. Good luck clawing your way back from that. Final thought, the Sharks are coming into this game on a 3-loss streak and look like they've forgotten what winning feels like. Meanwhile, the Predators are on a roll and probably can't wait to feast on one of the league's worst defenses. If this game were a movie, it'd be titled Predators: The Feeding Frenzy. Alright, buckle up, because this matchup is basically a clash of who could be less terrible tonight. Both teams have decided defense is optional this season, so let's milk that chaos for some solid prop picks. 1. Vancouver Canucks to win, because apparently the Canucks have a PhD in Sabres management. They've beaten Buffalo 4 times in a row, and if there's one thing Vancouver excels at, it's reminding the Sabres they belong at the bottom of the Atlantic Division. With their playoff hopes dangling by a thread, the Canucks will probably play like their season depends on it, because it literally does. 2. Over 6 total goals. 2 teams that rank in the bottom, 10 in GAA. Sign me up. Buffalo's goaltenders are rocking a .893 save percentage, which is about as effective as using a colander to carry water. Meanwhile, Vancouver's defense is just slightly better, but only if you squint hard enough. These teams practically hand out goals like it's Halloween candy, so the over at 6 feels like a gift. 3. Quinn Hughes anytime goal scorer. Quinn Hughes isn't just carrying the Canucks, he's practically dragging them through this season. With 50 points in 41 games, he's the only guy in Vancouver who remembers how to perform under pressure. He scored twice against Edmonton, and considering Buffalo's defense is about as sturdy as a wet paper bag, Hughes is primed to light the lamp again. 4. Tage Thompson over 0.5 points. The Sabres' lone bright spot, Tage Thompson. He's got 38 points, which is basically half of Buffalo's entire offense. If this guy isn't scoring or setting something up, the Sabres might as well not show up. Expect him to sneak onto the scoresheet because someone has to. 5. First period over 1.5 goals. Here's the deal. Neither team believes in playing defense early on. Combine that with both squads scrambling to score first and gain some semblance of momentum, and you've got a recipe for a first period shootout. Blink, and you might miss 2 goals in the opening 10 minutes. Final thought. This game is less about who's good and more about who's slightly less of a disaster. Between Buffalo's lackluster defense and Vancouver's struggles to close games at home, one thing is for sure: goals will happen. Bet the chaos, lean into the mess, and let's hope these teams can at least entertain us while they stumble through another forgettable season. All right, folks, welcome to the chaos that is the Washington Capitals versus Edmonton Oilers showdown, where goals come faster than bad decisions at a Vegas buffet. Tonight, we've got the Oilers, who've been on an absolute tear at home, hosting a Capitals squad that's either locking down defenses or forgetting they exist entirely depending on the day. With high-octane offenses, shaky road performances, and a history of lighting up the scoreboard, this game has all the subtlety of a fireworks show in a library. Let's break down the action and make some picks that'll, hopefully, have your bankroll skating into the win column. 1. Oilers team total over 3.5 goals. Oh, Washington, your defense has been looking real cute lately, holding teams to 1 goal in 4 straight games. But let's not kid ourselves. This is Edmonton we're talking about, where offense comes standard, like Wi-Fi in a coffee shop. The Oilers have been treating opposing goaltenders like piñatas. And guess what? It's candy smashing time again. Expect at least 4 goals, probably more, because apparently, scoring on Washington is Edmonton's favorite pastime. 2. Total goals over 5.5. 5.5 goals. That's child's play when these two get together. The last time they squared off in Edmonton, 9. Pucks found the back of the net, 9. These teams don't just play hockey. They host a fireworks show. Both offenses are ranked in the top 10, and with the Oilers' D occasionally resembling Swiss cheese, this game's going over faster than a pizza delivery on a Friday night. 3. Leon Draisaitl anytime goal scorer. Let's talk about Leon, automatic Draisaitl. Scoring 2 goals in the last game wasn't enough for him. Now he's probably looking to pad his stats further. He's like that kid in gym class who always has to prove he's better than everyone else. If you're betting against him to score, I hope you enjoy disappointment, because Draisaitl is as dependable as your alarm clock, except he doesn't snooze. 4. Capitals team total under 3 goals. Washington, your road offense is as reliable as a used car with 200,000 miles on it. Sure, you've got some big names and an impressive defense recently, but playing away from home, that's where the wheels fall off. Edmonton's defense might not be the Great Wall, but at Rogers Place, they suddenly remember how to play hockey. 3 goals for the Caps. Don't hold your breath. 5. First period over 1.5 goals. The first period is basically Edmonton's version of happy hour. Goals served fast and early. The Oilers and Canucks combined for 3 first-period goals in their last game, and Washington isn't exactly shy about opening their account either. If these teams don't hit the over in the first 20 minutes, I'll eat my hat, metaphorically of course. 6. Oilers to win by 2+ goals, puck line. Washington might be riding high after beating Pittsburgh, but let's be real. The Penguins have been tanking harder than my New Year's resolutions. Edmonton, on the other hand, is on a heater at home, and they've already embarrassed the Caps 7-2 once this season. If you think this game will be close, I've got a bridge to sell you. Oilers by 2+ is practically charity work at this point. So, there you have it. Take these bets, sit back, and watch the goals rain down like confetti at a New Year's Eve party. Just don't blame me if the Capitals suddenly decide to play defense. Miracles do happen, but they're about as rare as a calm day on Twitter. All right, hockey fans, buckle up because we've got the Florida Panthers rolling into Anaheim to take on the Ducks in a matchup that's got more one-sided odds than a rigged carnival game. The Panthers, fresh off a dominant 3-0 win over these same Ducks, are looking to extend their dominance. Let's face it, they've been on a tear. Meanwhile, Anaheim's been trying to figure out how to score, which is like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. With the Panthers' firepower and the Ducks' defense floundering, here's where the best player prop picks come in. So let's break down who's going to cash in tonight while we all wait for Anaheim to remember how to find the back of the net. 1. Sam Reinhart over 0.5 points. Reinhart has been a beast this season with 51 points in 41 games. With the Panthers rolling and Reinhart leading the charge, he's a solid bet to get at least 1 point in this matchup, especially against a struggling Ducks defense. 2. Matthew Tkachuk anytime goal scorer. Tkachuk is still putting up big numbers alongside Reinhart and Barkov. Given his physical presence and ability to capitalize on opportunities, he's a prime candidate to score in this game, particularly against Anaheim's weaker defense. 3. Troy Terry over 0.5 points. Even though the Ducks are struggling, Terry remains their top performer with 34 points. The Panthers are a tough team to crack, but Terry has the ability to sneak one past the goaltender, so betting on him to get on the score sheet isn't a bad move. 4. Sergei Bobrovsky over 28.5 saves. Bobrovsky is expected to start, and with the Ducks firing off 34 shots in their last game against Florida, despite getting shut out, expect more of the same. He'll likely see plenty of action, and with Anaheim's offense still shaky, he should rack up saves without giving up too many goals. 5. Alexander Barkov anytime goal scorer. Barkov's skill and vision make him a constant threat in all situations. If the Panthers are going to put up a few goals against a struggling Ducks team, Barkov will likely be involved, making him a strong pick for an anytime goal scorer. 6. John Gibson under 33.5 saves. While Gibson is putting up a solid fighting goal for the Ducks, Florida has been dominating offensively, especially with the likes of Tkachuk and Reinhart driving the attack. If the Panthers put up enough shots, Gibson might not hit 34 saves this time around.